This is the Panasonic Leica DG Summilux 9mm f1.7 lens. Yeah, that's a mouthful. But what this is a very compact, lightweight, and fast lens for micro four thirds cameras, such as my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, or even my original Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera. If you've ever shot micro four thirds, you know it has a 2x crop factor. Or on my original Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera, it's closer to 3x because of the even smaller Super 16 sensor. And so what that means in practical terms is, it's hard to get a wide angle shot. Because even with this 9mm lens on a micro four thirds, it's equivalent to an 18mm full frame. Before I got this lens, my widest micro four thirds was a 14mm. So that is a 28mm equivalent. And that's fine for some stuff, but I always felt like I needed a wider shot, especially on YouTube, but really for all kinds of shooting situations. The other thing is my 14mm is actually a 14-140 zoom. And so it has a slower aperture, and it's not constant. So when you zoom in on the lens, the aperture closes down and the image gets darker. It's an f3.5 to f5.6. The Leica, on the other hand, is an f1.7. So not only is it a wider angle, but it is considerably faster and better in low light. Often on my Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, I actually use a Metabone speed booster. That way I can mount Canon EF lenses. And I've been using a 16mm Rokinon for my wider shots. The speed booster effectively turns the micro four thirds sensor into a Super 35. And so a 16mm lens on it is roughly a 24mm equivalent, because Super 35 is a 1.5x crop. You still following? And this lens is an f2.2, so it's pretty fast and constant aperture, which is nice. However, look at how big it is compared to the Leica. It's a behemoth. And then of course, it's not nearly as wide angle either. Now looking again at my original Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera, which again has a Super 16 size sensor, so even smaller than the micro four thirds, even though it uses that mount. The widest angle look I've been able to get on this camera is approximately a 40mm equivalent. That's using the wide end of the 14-140 zoom. But now with this 9mm Leica, I can get closer to 25mm. So that is a huge improvement. The other thing that's cool is this Leica is a quasi-macro lens. You can shoot objects that are incredibly close, just a few inches away. So the moral to this story is, if you're looking for a lens that will breathe new life into your micro four thirds cameras, and not only Blackmagic of course, but also Panasonic GH5 or GH6, etc., then definitely check out this Leica. Not only is it a great wide angle look, but again it's super fast and excellent in low light. And it's sharp edge to edge, even shooting wide open. Oh, and it's under $500. Some people say micro four thirds is dead, but I don't think so, and evidently neither does Panasonic. This is a great, affordable lens and a real no-brainer for all micro four thirds shooters out there. I know there's still a few of you out there anyway.